us from every corner of the world. As more and more people are joining, we welcome everyone. My name is Tim. I'm the Managing Director here at Colosseum Sport. It's an honor to have you all with us for our first online sports tech demo day. So welcome all. Just a quick heads up regarding the format. We got 7 startups today on the line, 5 investors that will be with us, and the event will last 60 minutes. We'll have 3 minutes per startup to pitch. Every minute, we'll send a time notification, a 1 minute left notification on the chat. And we're lucky enough to have in our Colosseum team a professional referee, Tomer Yehudayan. And so Tomer will actually whistle once the 3 minute time expires. And then once he whistles, we'll just let you finish your sentence and then take over the screen, regardless of where you stand in the pitch. You know, equal treatment for all. We want to enforce that 3 minutes rule. And then we'll jump on a 4-minute Q&A session with our great investors that I'm going to introduce in just a second. The investors will raise the short questions spontaneously, and the startups are expected to answer shortly as well. The shorter you answer, the more questions you get. So let's make sure you leave some room for questions. And then at the end of the event, we'll do a roundtable with our investors and give them 1 minute to select and to share the top 3 pitches of the day and justify and give some feedback. So that's about the format. We got a great lineup of judges today with us on the line. Michael Perlman from Scrum Ventures. Welcome, Michael. Anatoly from Investment Manager at Indigo Capital Partners. Welcome, Anatoly. Jordan Flegel, Managing Director at Techstars. Very happy to have you with us, Jordan. Karsten Coucheron from Sports Lab Copenhagen, founder. I know it's a holiday over there in Denmark, but it's happy to have you with us, Karsten. And Jeremy Pressman, finally, partner at Vantage Sports Tech Fund. An honor to have you with us also. So thank you guys for joining us. We have a lineup of 7 startups. In this order: Keeps My Score, iBrain Tech, Christian Jiff, PromoShare, iFit, Foodylite, and finally Grip. And with great founders and CEOs that will be pitching their companies. It's an honor to have you all with us. Just a quick notice before we get started. I just wanted to share the word about Winnerwise, which is our online sports tech platform where you can find all the information you need about the startups, the investors, the communities, everything regarding to the sports tech industry. And I'll actually be introducing every company pitching today with showing their Winnerwise profile. So we'll, without further ado, we'll get started with Kiss My Score, and Kiss My Score from Portugal. Kiss My Score and Joao, founder of Kiss My Score, here on the line with us. Joao, it's an honor to have you with us, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello everyone. I'm trying just to share my screen. If you can enable me, yeah.
It's supposed to work.
Yeah.
All right, the timer will start once you start talking on your screen, Joao.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so
presentation mode, perfect. There you go, all set.
Okay. So hello everyone, my name is João Duarte and I'm here today to talk about Kiss My Score. But first, there's something I want to tell you about myself. During my college years, I found out about online betting and got instantly obsessed over it. After a couple of weeks playing, I realized that what was making me addicted was not the illusion of winning large amounts of money, as I first thought, but the thrill I was getting from betting, the thrill of being part of the game, the thrill of having a way to show my friends I knew better than them about football. So I quit online betting and started playing a really simple game with a few friends of mine, where the main goal was just to guess football scores better than them. It started growing, and after a while we were 50 people playing this simple game on an Excel file, and as you can imagine, Excel couldn't handle it anymore. So I was in charge of finding a solution to keep playing this prediction game. And when I went to the market, I realized that there was no proper solution to do so, but there were millions of people playing it. So I decided to start Kiss My Score. Kiss My Score is really simple. You just need to log in or register, join or create a league with your friends, and start guessing scores. The fact is that we launched the Kiss My Score about 2 years ago. We have been more or less 4 people on the team, and we spent less than 20,000 euros in marketing budget, and still we were able to get together more than 420,000 football fans together. Not only that, but we nailed in many of the important metrics. How did we manage to do that? Because Kiss My Score addresses the needs of the modern football fan, which demands much more active participation experiencing football. They want an immersive, social, and interactive experience with football. Now, the big question is, how do we make money, right? Well, the fact is that we have 2 major revenue sources. One of them is in-app purchases and subscriptions, and the other one is a value we offer for brands and clubs. For brands and clubs, Kiss My Score offers a way to engage their fans as well as their potential customers through a prediction league, or to activate any specific game. During this engagement, we are capturing on Kiss My Score many important data points from the users as football fans, stuff like who's this user favorite player? Is he a season ticket holder? Yes or no? Has he bought this season jersey? As well as his morale in terms of his confidence on his own team. All this engagement and all this data is then utilized to provide brands and clubs an opportunity to monetize their fans. So even though we've created a great game with great KPIs, we don't identify ourselves as a gaming company. We want to become more and more a data company and identify every user of ours as a football fan, so that we can then utilize that information to help sports stakeholders, brands or clubs to monetize their fans.
Thank you.
Yep, just in time.
Just in time. Thank you so much. All right.
Happy to answer your questions. Yeah.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. So we'll jump right into. Apologize for that. We'll jump right into the Q&A session with Joao. Do we got some questions from maybe Jordan Flegel that's on the line with us? Jordan, do you have any questions for Joao?
Yeah, hey, I'm muted. So just unmuted. Space I'm familiar with. Having CoCODraft.com, which we sold to Paddy Power Betfair, the gaming space. I guess just would love to learn more about your thoughts around user acquisition. Very competitive space, hard to acquire customers, expensive to do so. So just love to hear more there.
Yeah. So in terms of user acquisition, our main channels are Facebook and Instagram paid channels. But the game is created in a way that we really drive organic referrals. So for every paid channel that we drive, we get at least 1.3 more organically. So the game is not fun to play by yourself. It's fun for you to play with your friends, and I think we did that great. So we have this virality factor that I think really helps us keep growing.
Okay, I think we got a question from Anatoly.
Yep, that's right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, the question is, so you mentioned you had 420,000 users. I assume these are all people who, for the whole lifespan of the project, tried it. Can you say how many of them stick to this platform, and for what time on average do they keep using it? Thanks.
Yeah. So on average, a user stays with Kiss My Score for about 120 days. At this specific period, it's difficult to measure the active users due to the COVID situation. But prior to that, we were averaging about 80 to 100,000 monthly active users.
Okay.
Maybe Michael Perlman. Any question, Michael?
Yeah, I was going to ask a little bit more of what Jordan went into in terms of acquisition strategy. Have you been able to put a lifetime value on your user base at this point?
We did more on the in-app purchases and subscriptions. It's more difficult when we are having deals with brands and clubs to kind of divide that per user. Yeah, so in terms of in-app purchases and subscriptions, we are talking about 4 or 5 cents per user. lifetime
And
value.
then second on that is your relationships and partnerships with brands and clubs.
Mhm.
Is that a rev share model, or how do you structure those relationships?
No, so they use Kiss My Score kind of as a platform. So it's like running a campaign on Kiss My Score. You can do it for a specific game. You can do it for an all season. And yeah, that's the way it's structured.
Okay. Any questions from Jeremy?
Yeah, could you maybe talk a little bit about how your business has ramped during COVID? Have brands and clubs been more receptive to technologies like yours that should help them with new age fan engagement going forward, or have they been slower?
Yeah, so there's kind of mixed feelings because on one side, clubs are definitely more willing to look for these kind of solutions that allow them to engage digitally their fans. But on the other side, Kiss My Score as well depends on sporting events. So with no sporting events, we've been doing several experiments with esports, FIFA competitions. That there have been several FIFA competitions that we've been featured and included in Kiss My Score. So I would say it's mixed feelings because we have now more open opportunities with clubs that we hope we can explore in the next months, but the activity kind of stopped a bit during this period.
Okay, perfect. I think referee Tomer, I think we're on the, that's a wrap.
On the time. It was
On the
amazing.
time,
Thank you
perfect.
very much.
Thank you very much, Joao, for joining us and staying on the line as we move on to our
next speaker, Costa from iBrain.
Yes, Costa from iBrain, and we got iBrain from Israel, and Konstantin, the founder, that is developing a very great solution to improve athlete performance. So the ball is in your court, Konstantin. Stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Okay, now we can share screen, right?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Perfect.
Shoot.
Fantastic. Let's do it. So I'm Konstantin, founder of iBrain. I'm a neuroscientist and entrepreneur with rich experience with leading innovation both in industry and in academy. And my partner Yoav is head of the product and clinical neuroscientist. And Yoel is sales and e-commerce professional. iBrain is a true alliance of entrepreneurship and science backed by Nir and Oren, leading experts in the sports tech industry. Commonly said that success in sports is 90% mental and 10% physical, but athletes spend 90% of their time on physical training. And the reality is that there are almost no solutions to directly train the most important organ, the brain. We came here to change it. iBrain has created a unique tool for athletes to improve their performance by enhancing brain ability to control sport-specific movements. The concept is simple. The user plays a game that he controls with his mind only. First, you put on EEG cap and AI algorithms decode brain signals. To play, you need to imagine a movement, for instance, a free kick, in all details. If you do it well, your avatar will execute the movement and score. This forms a feedback loop that creates changes in the brain which lead to improvement of performance in the field. The technology was applied in several professional teams. A pilot in FC Zenit Academy Club demonstrated increase of accuracy of free kicks by more than 30% within 6 weeks. The solution helps athletes to improve their performance both in regular season and in special periods. In Corona times, players and coaches stress the need for remote training. Recently, we have released a new version that supports distant self-learning. In addition, it provides coaches with unique neuro insights and dashboards that help them better understand and manage their players. From the business perspective, for sport clubs, we offer a B2B subscription that includes equipment and software licenses. The monthly license is $800 and the annual contract is $60 on average, depending on the number of players. The next step is to accelerate the traction with football clubs and extend the platform for basketball. And after achieving significant results in B2B, we envisage starting B2C operations for millions of early-stage athletes and wannabes. We're launching operations with several soccer clubs in Israel and Europe, and we have 10 more in pipeline. In addition, we have started sales in Germany with a sports center. We partner with leading innovation hubs, including 500 startups, Google Campus, and Colosseum. We reached to this point on Chutzpah and few grants, and we have got a final commitment for 1 million investment out of 1.5 million round. We focus on soccer, but we understand how big the neurosports training can be. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect, perfect timing. Thank you, Konstantin. Thank you so much. Let's jump right into the Q&A. We got maybe Karsten that would ask a question with
Yeah, hi everyone. Thanks for this great presentation. And I saw you at Sports Tech Nation. So I'd like to know a little bit more about the clinical studies and how much scientific evidence do you have behind the technology and the concept, and how long does it, when you're able to train and create these, what I understand is the thing that with the neurons, is this a long-lasting effect, or is it does it have a temporarity in it?
Thank you for two outstanding questions. Like, first of all, indeed, we have clinical traction, and we apply the technology for rehabilitation of people after brain injuries who lost ability to control movements. And we have that traction, and we have that massive data that showed that 80% of patients managed to increase their motor control abilities within 1.5 months. And indeed, what we're doing long-lasting changes in the brain dynamics. So we establish new connections between neurons in the field. Obviously, if you don't use it for a long period of time, then they will reorganize again due to brain plasticity. But if you're an athlete, this is the skill and the tool that it will last for you.
Great. Anatoly?
Yes, thank you for the presentation, Konstantin. It's a quick question. You mentioned some panels and insights that you offered to basically neuro insights that you offered to coaches. What kind of insights are they, apart from basically the speed with which a person is learning?
Yeah, we are putting all that insights together right now in a dashboard for a coach to see the dynamics of all the players in his team. And it includes their ability to maintain concentration under the pressure, the learning curve of the motor areas of the brain, performance in the game actions, as well as we extract very interesting insights. For example, in free kicks, when you have a big data, you can clearly see the profiles which areas inside the goal an athlete is more comfortable imagining a kick. And it really creates quite stable patterns for different athletes. And I can give you another example. In Zenit, we had two athletes who were very good in training, but always lost in the real game experience. And we showed all the data to the coach, and we revealed that these athletes cannot maintain concentration during the match time. So their ability to maintain concentration and focus is very low. So these type of insights we're producing.
Thank you. Jeremy, maybe one question for Konstantin?
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about some of the differences in the newer model? I'm one of the people that had the pleasure of trying the older one, and I thought it was pretty good, but what's some of the newer stuff that you've integrated?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I got the question. Could you please repeat?
I said, can you mention what's in the newer model? You mentioned that you had a newer model of the headset now.
Newer model of the headset? Yeah, we have a new model of the headset where we're driving towards more usable from fully professional headsets. We're moving towards to the more completely dry and much more easy to use headsets. We're testing now 2 of them. And if we because we cannot compromise on the quality. We need the best quality of the signal, but now we have two that are very promising that they will be fully operationable on their own, on their athletes, without any assistance from the club.
Perfect. Thank you, Konstantin. Thank you so much. I think a referee just notified me that we're past the 4 minutes, so thank you and stay on the line with us. As we move on to our third startup, Chris and Gif from Pakistan and also based in Dubai. And we got Shahid, founder and CEO, on the line. Shahid, the stage is yours.
Hey, Tim. Thank you. I'm just going to try and share my screen now.
Yes.
If you allow that.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Yes. So Crick and Jeff, so I'm starting now, Tim.
Yes.
So I'm the founder and CEO of All Sports. All Sports' first product is Crick and Jeff. Before I go into the details of Crick and Jeff, I want to address the market. We are focused on Pakistan and Bangladesh, transitioning into Middle East as well as an addition to these markets. Pakistan and Bangladesh is an aggregate of 400 million people almost, and a very young audience with 65 million smartphone users. And the common point is that they only have one sport, which is cricket. We are crazy. It's like a religion to this audience of cricket. And this is the middle class of Pakistan and Bangladesh combined. We are heavy spenders, although we are, as compared to the overall population, the size is small. But if you look at the aggregate numbers, the middle class is more than 100 million people in total. Moving forward, in this market, the recent activity has been mostly by Alipay, Alibaba, the Alibaba group. They acquired Daraz, which is an e-commerce platform, and EasyPesa, which is the payment method, the biggest payment method over here. Now, Crick and Jeff is is targeted to be the one-stop cricket solution for the entire world, starting off with Pakistan and Bangladesh as the main markets. We launched in 2016. In 2017, we had a total 35,000 users, then 3 million. Last year, we had up to 9 million. So far, before the COVID situation, we had more than 5 million people in the first 3 months. And some of the USPs are that we provide the fastest scores, we provide real-time highlights, and we provide a very highly engaging gaming platform under the same banner. These are our methodologies, just what I mentioned earlier, just with a little bit more detail. So in order to show the game to the audience, so it's a website, mobile application and everything, we give the scores, live streaming, highlights and everything. We have to partner up and buy those licenses from the boards. So we are partners of the ICC, which is the FIFA of cricket, Pakistan Cricket Board, IPL, APL, everything. We have the access and we get the licenses for all those series. Now we're focused on fantasy entertainment. We have a huge set of user base, but we want to translate that into fantasy sports and make a subscription model out of it. Similar market is India, which has 100 million fantasy users as of today. The biggest player over there is Dream 11, which was recently valued at more than $3 billion. This was last year. Right now, they're officially valued at more than $3 billion. This is the model for Fantasy League. We get subscriptions on a monthly basis, just like Netflix. A user pays $50 per month, and you get loads of users to do that in order for them to watch the match, to play the fantasy streaming, and this is how they redeem. The economy works this way, and redemptions is through sponsors. Sorry. And this is where we are right now.
Thank you, Shahid.
Oh, okay.
Okay, finish your sentence, Shahid.
So this is where we are right now. Right now we have, so this was in February, 20,000 subscribers. We had a big tournament. Now we have 300,000 paid subscribers. We are going at 1 million at the end of this year. Post-investment, 2 years post-investment, we're looking at 4 million subscribers.
Right.
There is more, but then I'll let it be for now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shahid. Yes, we were jumping with the Q&A session. Maybe we can start with Michael.
Yeah, no, it's good to see you, Shahid. It's been a little while since we got together in Singapore, but it sounds like you've made a lot of progress, particularly on the fantasy side. Can you talk a little bit more about that in terms of, is this a full pivot really into the gaming and fantasy side of the business, or are you still kind of retaining some of the legacy features?
we are definitely retaining the legacy features. We are expanding that. We have a massive user base. We want to keep on building on that, provide the cricket scores, live streaming, and all of that activity, and translate them into fantasy as well. So that's like our affiliate marketing model that's already there, very healthy, generating a lot of business, and then scaling fast on the fantasy in this region of 150 million smart users. So it's definitely going to go ahead along with the other features.
Got it. And you anticipate sticking entirely in cricket, right?
No. We have to branch out into other sports. So like I mentioned earlier, Middle East. So these are the industries which haven't seen these technologies as such revolutionize the local industry. We have seen that in DraftKings has done that in the States. India has seen Dream 11. There are so many platforms to do that in EPL in UK. But Middle East, Pakistan, Bangladesh, these guys haven't seen those things. So we want to focus on them first. So cricket and then football right after. And the third one is actually might be a shocker, but so far our research says we have to go into wrestling for fantasy.
That's great.
All right, Jordan, maybe one question for Shahid?
Yeah, Shahid, thanks. Sorry, it's such a brief format. I'd love to learn a little bit more about your team.
About my team, yes, sure. So my team, so I'm the founder. I am a computer science graduate. I'm doing my executive MBA from London Business School at the London campus. Wasim Akram, who is like the Zidane of cricket, he is our brand ambassador. We have seed investors. We got an investment of $2 million in 2016. We closed $500,000 as convertible notes last year, and we're looking at Series A now. And the team is the size that's 50 people. We produce all the content ourselves, the technology, the content, the creative, everything, even the operations of scores. And it's not just in Pakistan, it's everywhere, wherever cricket happens, the scorers and the journalists.
Maybe questions for Jeremy?
Just a quick one.
The right... I guess. Then go ahead, Karsten.
Oh, sorry. No, just a quick one. You mentioned the rights that you get from the ICC and the other governing bodies. How long period do you have those rights for, and does that represent a significant amount of your?
Yes. So the ICC one were for 4 years. They expired last year. They were from 2016 till 2019 end. We have the Pakistan Super League for the next 5 years. So the remaining next 3 years. So 2019, 20, and until the end of 23. And we have more for 2 years and 3 years. So they vary dependent on which licenses we're talking about. So we just, so for example, there's the Canadian Super League, which we have for 2 years for the remaining 2 years still. So it varies. But it's all for multiple years. But our markets, which is Pakistan and Bangladesh, they are exclusively globally for multiple years with us.
Nice.
Amazing. Thank you, Shahid. And last question.
Jeremy, maybe you have one question for Shahid?
Yeah, sure. Cool business. How do you think about the internationalization? It's a business which requires heavy kind of local markets. We've invested in kind of similar to what Karsten just mentioned. Each rights deal is complex and has its own set of industry knowledge that you need to get in touch with the right people. How are you thinking about what's next?
We're definitely right now focused on these industries in these markets, and we look at more than $1 billion asset in the next few years, and we want to go and do an IPO, and probably in the process have more mature ideas of internationalization into other markets and other scaling the technology into other sports. But as of now, I can't really confidently say that we have a solution for different other territories as of now. So that's something that's not on our radar right now. We're very focused on these markets and these industries.
Thank you very much, Shahid. And we need to move to our next speaker. For now, we welcome all the entrepreneurs to share your LinkedIn here on the chat. And
yes.
Our startup is PromoShare.
Thank you, Tomer. Yeah, PromoShare. PromoShare from Chicago, and with Ernesto Pedrosa as founder and CEO that will present the startups. You can, again, find more information about them on Winnerize, and we'll give the stage to Ernesto.
Hey guys, how are you?
Thank you.
All right, I'm trying to share. It's not allowing me to share my screen. There it goes. Hello, everyone. My name is Ernesto Pedroza, founder of PromoShare. Pro sports teams and major live event producers globally have been sidelined by COVID-19. As they are readying plans to open the curtain on a new era in live entertainment, one thing is for sure. With high anxiety associated with large gatherings, it's not going to be easy to go on with the show as it once was. How will pro sports and major live event producers outperform #COVID-19? How will their content get delivered organically and turn into revenue that they so badly need? PromoShare is a software that significantly improves conversion rates for sports teams and live event producers by involving real people to participate in the economics and the experience of the event. Our platform would change the way sports teams and live event producers engage with their fans and ambassadors and sell more tickets. Today's options are filled with obstacles. They are inefficient to deploy and costly to the client. Prior to COVID-19, the sports and live event industry was missing out on $5 billion a year of unsold inventory. That problem is massively worse now. Our software allows our clients to onboard and manage existing communities of fans, organizations, affiliates, and influencers on one single solution and track their ticket sales from content distributed. Our software also allows them to create an unlimited amount of campaigns and an unlimited amount of segments, and we gamify the experience. Sporting events, concerts, festivals, etc., are built in and around communities, and we believe that these communities should participate in the economics and the experience of the event. Our revenue model, we have a yearly licensing fee plus revenue share. We have strategic partnerships where we charge for distributed sponsored content, and we provide micro-influencer campaigns. In our first full year of existence, we generated over $200,000 in revenue, and we signed up over 60,000 ambassadors. Post-COVID-19, we have a pipeline of some of the world's most recognizable brands, and we most recently became an integrated partner of Major League Baseball and tickets.com. We've built our team around industry experts in the sports and live event industry. Some of our team members, advisors, and investors have previous exits in sports and live event technology companies. We invite everybody to join the PromoShare revolution. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ernesto. Not even a need for the whistle this time. So let's jump right into the Q&A. Sorry about this. All right. I think we got maybe Anatoly on the line.
Yep.
To ask some questions about PromoShare.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the presentation. I'm still not quite sure whether the platform is more about working with influencers and then it is kind of, sales-based solution for venues, and this is one thing, or it is more about ensuring that the content created by those influencers is of great quality. Could you comment on which of these two paths are you more focused on?
We are more of an enterprise solution where we allow our clients to manage their influencers, ambassadors, and content creators, and most importantly, to track sales of that content. So we're both of quality content, but most importantly, that content is turned into actual ticket sales. A lot of our clients have used a myriad of influencer platforms that exist out there, and they've hired these fancy glossy Instagram models to promote live events, and and they necessarily don't have a way of tracking sales conversion. So we believe that instead of using these Instagram models, they should be using people that exist in their communities and reward them and have them participate in the economics of the event.
Maybe Michael?
Yeah, obviously, I commend you obviously on the integration you have with TDC. I think that's a a strong start. Do you have any integrations in place with Ticketmaster, Live Nation, other ticketing companies? I've spent a lot of time in the space. It's kind of it's an interesting space, just to put it diplomatically.
It is.
And a lot of people have struggled, particularly with some of the larger primary and secondary players. What is kind of the roadmap for scaling beyond just TDC?
So that's a phenomenal question. So prior to COVID-19, they were, monitoring our success, if you will, with some of our clients, because a lot of our clients are Ticketmaster clients as well. So they wanted to see how successful we were. And now, post COVID-19, they're actually calling us, asking us if we're ready to get that conversation going again. There's obviously costs and fees and associated with doing that. So we're having those conversations now, and it is going to happen. When we have a demand from our clients that we become a Ticketmaster integrated partner, Ticketmaster is going to listen. So when we're selling tens of thousands of tickets for our clients at retail versus discounted rates, Ticketmaster is going to listen. So I think now, especially because of what happened, they're definitely, and they've reached out to us. So we're in full conversation with their integration team.
All right, maybe
but we do have, I'm sorry, really quick. We do have integrations with about a dozen other ticketing platforms like eTix and Eventbrite, on and on. So we have integrated with other ticketing platforms as well.
All right, thank you. Maybe Jeremy for a very short one.
Yeah, quick one is it's a business that's obviously pretty affected by COVID, and you mentioned how that has benefited in certain ways. In the near term, 6 months, let's say, where there could be a wave 2. How are you guys planning ahead for that?
Well, one of the things is so for us, our team's still so small, and we're still developing so many things. So we've decided to stick to our plan and stick to and helping out our clients, right? So we're not going to quite pivot yet to start making face masks and hand sanitizer. We're going to stick to our plan, and we know that eventually that this is going to pass. It's going to be a new normal, but our clients, I mean, even now we're working with some clients on distributing content and making sure that the brand stays relevant, utilizing their fan base and their community. So we're sticking to our plan. We're staying optimistic.
All right,
amazing. Thank you very much. And we must jump to our next startup, HiFit.
Thank you, Ernesto, and welcoming iFit from Tel Aviv, Israel. iFit developing hardware and software solution for the fitness world. And iFit, the stage is yours, Guy.
Hey, everybody. Can you see my screen?
Yes, please share full screen.
Okay, so first of all, nice to meet you. This is the first time I have done anything with Colosseum, so it's obviously a great opportunity, and I really much appreciate it. My name is Guy. I'm the founder and CEO of HiFit. HiFit is a company started in Israel, a startup dedicated to reinvent workout gear as we know it. And it's funny because right now workout gear is very popular because of the coronavirus, and everybody is now interested in doing a home workout. So it's becoming a quite popular time for products and companies in our space. And I think it's a good opportunity to share what we're doing. HiFit started 4 years ago, and the mission of HiFit is to become the future of workout gear and to deliver to the world the new era of fitness equipment. And we do it by integrating AI technologies and IoT technologies within existing fitness equipment. We started with the Gear One, which might be better if I will show you on our website because it's pretty much live right now. And this is a product that was invented in light to what people are looking for today, which is an intelligent home workout gear. the beauty thing about this product and the added value for it is that it tracks your workout and it lets you know what you need to do when you work out, and obviously it gets you better and makes your workout better from time to time. This is by far the most advanced workout gear ever made, and the most important part of it is that it lets people personalize their workout and get better from a workout to another workout, and to make sure they can have data that will help them advance their workout skills and make sure that things that they're doing are not consistent with their past routines, but getting better from time to time. It's inspired by workout gears that are currently existing in the market, but definitely this is something that is aiming to make a punch to the market and aiming to do a new change in the industry. And we're very excited because now this is also the time the product is live to the market and we finish production of it. We currently sold about 1,200 units of it, and we're shipping another 3,000 units. Right now we're doing negotiations with Target stores, Apple stores in the US, but we also have some online sales that are increasing right now and during this time. But the company is not only focusing on this one product, it has multiple other products that will come in the roadmap, while making sure this product is going to make a significant impact in the market, showing that we're mixing between fitness equipment and sensors and technologies. Again, speaking about this product in particular, it can tell you about 20 different parameters and workouts, such as speed, velocity, estimated calories, repetition, strength detection, and more. And
thank you very much, Guy.
It goes on fast. Yeah, questions.
Thank you so much, Guy, and we'll jump right into the Q&A. Maybe Jordan, you got a question for Guy?
Yeah, sure. Hey, Guy. Really timely with Corona. Anything at home fitness related. Maybe you could just talk a little bit about, I mean, there's just so many options now, Peloton and Fight Camp and Ergotta and Hydro, et cetera, et cetera. How do you sort of think about your differentiation from other sort of at-home workout solutions?
I'm very glad that you made this comparison, because Hydro, Mirror, Peloton, and Tonal are all products that are above $1,500, and our product is being sold for $249. So the price point here is definitely a very big entry point for this product. But nonetheless, we think in HiFit, this product brings you much more solutions than other products, because it gives you a full body workout and you can do it anywhere, and it's not stationary, and the technology here is so deep. So I think it's just uncomparable.
Anatoly?
Thanks for the presentation. The question is that since it is supposed to give a full body workout, it inevitably includes lots of different exercises, right?
Yeah.
And when you add many different exercises, it is important to track the technique of how you are doing those exercises. And so far, what you mentioned about the stats and the smart component of the smart gear is more about counting repetitions, or focusing on the velocity of the repetitions, but not about whether you do it right or not. Is it tracked or not?
So on the first year, we're focusing on just giving you raw parameters, which are the ones I mentioned, like velocity, such as repetition, and things that are more related to the stretching of the bands, and on something that is raw, that is easy to calculate it. But in a later stage, we're aiming to add features that will also be able to tell you detection of your exercises and more advanced routines like that.
All right, maybe Karsten, you got a question for your Guy?
Yeah, sure. Can you you told us a little bit about your distribution strategy with Target, Apple, and online sales. Can you say a little bit more of the proportion that online represents, and what is your marketing strategy? Because it's with these products, it's there's often a high acquisition costs, yeah, tell us a bit more about that.
So this year I'm mainly focusing on online because it's a new product and there's some other thinking behind it, such as production and logistics, so to speak. So online is the main thing, although we are trying to brand ourselves into the retail and the wholesale area. So therefore we're having some engagement with Apple and those retailers I mentioned. I believe that by the end of this year, we will be much more of a retail wholesale product and it is more accessible there. And as for the marketing strategy, right now it's mainly B2C, aiming for people that are looking to, you know, get in shape and stay in shape during this time, people that are already active into workout, not so different than the demographic that Peloton has found in the beginning. But we also have some engagement with personal trainers because personal trainers can detect workout of trainees. And just to finish the answer with this last topic, by the growth of the company and this product, we believe that it will be a much more B2B than a B2C because some other organizations would like to get this product to their teams, like soccer teams, you know, corporations and such in areas like that. So that's a more later stage. Once the distribution and the logistics are refined, we will scale up to this area.
All right. Thank you so much, Guy. That's a wrap for iFit, and stay on the line with us as we continue our path and with our next startup, Foodilite. Foodilite coming from Australia, and Andy is on the line with us. Again, you can find more information on Foodilite on Winrise. MD, the stage is yours for 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm trying to share my screen. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, hello everyone. Thanks to Colosseum for this amazing opportunity. My name is Shafayat and I'm one of the co-founders of Foodilite. It's a football fan engagement platform. So what exactly we are doing? We are matchmaking between digital football fans and content owners. A real quick fact check. Is football really profitable? Short answer is no. It barely makes any profit out of its huge business. Where is the bottleneck? Precisely, it's in the digital space. For the last 5 years, Manchester United earned only 2 cents per fan per year digitally, believe it or not. And this opens up a huge opportunity. Just $1 per fan per year will unlock a market of $2 billion. Over the last decade, digital transformation has made our life easy, but also introduced a lot of challenges. Smartphone caused isolation, so fans are not connecting with their fan in real time. Also, content fragmentation is a big problem. Fans are often not finding the right content and the same at the real time when they're browsing 3 to 5 different channels. Finally, alternative medias like Facebook, Netflix, and TikTok causing so much distractions that fans are missing real-time events. End result, fans are missing out, and they're missing out big time. Additionally, younger fans are adopting in a different way. They are not stick to one single team, more active on second screen, consuming bite-sized content and hunting for more personalized and personal options. And this is causing a lot of problem for the content owners. They don't know how to provide the content to keep the fans engaged. Also, they don't know how to connect data from all the different platforms fans are interacting with. End result, extremely poor digital monetization, as we have seen from our earlier example of Manchester United. So we are building a cloud-based AI solution, Foodilite. It's a multi-sided platform. On one side, we have our proprietary fan profiling algorithm that is capable of analyzing each individual fan based on their content consumption behavior. On the other hand, we have a very robust indexing module that analyzes digital assets continuously. End result, Foodilite creates real connection based on the outcome. We are in the market for a couple of years now and made some good progress. We are generating revenue and currently supporting 1 million plus fans globally through our apps and socials, and this is 100% organic. We are aiming for 10% market penetration by end of 2030 and predicting 500 million year-to-year revenue once achieved. Yes, we have some great competitors in the market, but we are uniquely poised with our value proposition. Finally, we have a great team behind this journey who are football addicts. For many years, we worked for industry-leading companies like Modius, ESA, and Intel. With all the recent finding with COVID-19, we believe our solution will be pivotal to go forward. Currently, we are raising funds and connecting with same mindset people. If you're interested in this journey, don't hesitate to ping me. Again, my name is Shafayat, and I'm one of the co-founders of Foodilite. Thank you.
Amazing timing, Shafayet. Thank you so much. And jumping on our Q&A session, maybe Jeremy for a question to Shafayet.
Thanks, Shafayet. Can you tell us a little bit about your plans to scale up to that 500 million? Because that's a pretty big jump from where you are today.
Correct. So what we are doing, we just started, we have 4 verticals in our plan. We are building the audience in the fan base right now. We started to integrate like content owners, like 90 Minutes, Minute Media, Bet365, Sportsradar, Opta. Our next target is the brands, which are the leagues and the clubs. And from there, we are actually scaling our business model. Right now, we are B2C and a little bit portion of B2B through lead generation and affiliation. So once we target and affiliate with the clubs and the brands, that will actually expand our reach to multifold. Additionally, we are targeting direct sponsorship from brands like Nike, Puma, and all the integrator stakeholders within the football arena. Finally, we are thinking of once we scale to another million, we can start creating APIs from all the insights we are generating, and that can help other stakeholders within the sports arena.
All right, maybe Anatoly for a question.
Yep. It is a great idea to connect fans with the content that suits them the best, and they fully support it. But can you comment a bit how is it done kind of in practice? Because I would imagine if a fan is already watching something, how do you switch him from whatever, from Facebook to the channel that he should be watching now?
So more recent researches based on young generation shows they are actually surfing in different categories. So what we have done, this is all organic and mouth to mouth. Once they come into our channels, depending on these 2 direct criteria, they're actually getting everything in one place. And this is what actually tying them up in this platform. It's kind of like Expedia of football. You can think of it in this way. Like you have your hotels, you have your airlines, you have your vacation packages, everything in one platform. So you don't have to go into those individual links. Footilight is kind of like a hub of football contents. So you come here, you can talk with your similar mindset fans, and you can search for socials, you can search for all the contents that's available out there. And this is also getting a little bit more personalized depending on what the AI engine we are building behind it.
Michael, for a question for the last one.
Yeah, I notice obviously you're more of a direct-to-consumer right now model. I'm just kind of curious what your monthly burn is currently, and how do you see that shifting as you go more B2B?
So interestingly, our monthly burn is very negligible. It's only the server cost and one-time development and sustaining the platform, because we are mostly lead generation based. So we don't actually create our own content. So we don't have our direct burns in those verticals.
Okay, so negligible?
Very negligible, yes.
And then where do you see that? You see yourself moving to profitability immediately then?
We are already in the profit margin.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shafayet. Thank you so much. And moving on to last but not least, startup Grip. Grip active in the motorsport space, and you can find more info on Winterize. They will be describing their company right now. Grip, the stage is yours. Got Tamar on the line. Tamir?
But you got it pretty good. Everybody, thank you, Coliseum team, for this opportunity. My name is Tamir Plachinsky. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Grip. We are developing the most advanced data collection, analysis, and visualization software in the racing industry. It's never moving.
Yes, shoot.
Motorsport is one of the top sports in the world, but while technology and digital platforms have transformed the viewing experience of most sports, the motorsport viewing experience really hasn't changed in decades. For example, look at F1, the series that leads the trends in the industry. Even they didn't develop something more engaging in the last decade. You can see the digital overlay that they are offering. The only data you get is very superficial, raw data, nothing engaging that allows you to relate to the action and on the track. The data you see here on the right on the onboard video is really as far as it gets. It's really raw and nothing engaging. This is where Grip comes in, and our racing media platform, Ramp, cracks the code for the unrealized value of the racing ecosystem, unlocking data solutions to move the industry forward, like advanced statistics, live prediction analysis, insights, mixed reality racing, and more. Ramp is a B2B SaaS platform selling directly to racing series, but living in the center of the motorsport ecosystem. For racing series, Ramp increases fan engagement, media exposure, and open new revenue streams. And we bring new era in the motorsport viewing experience, and in the most relevant time where sports are searching for new platforms that can enhance fan experience from home. In addition to data similar to what you saw in F1, you can see that on the TV at the back, we bring deeper analysis and complete driver profiling, as you can see in the screens. Also, with a personalized and interactive second screen, which are the data screens you see here, those two data screens. In addition, Ramp offers new features for increased engagement, like Race Relive, which is a video data archive for automated content creation. There is nothing similar currently exists in motorsport. We have Race Hub, which is a social platform to connect fans and drivers around the data-related issues, and also Race Virtual, which merges the real and virtual worlds and all the activities. As you can see in the picture, the user interface in the virtual race is similar to the one you see in the real races. We officially launched our data platform last year and got distribution contracts from ESPN and ESR, sponsorships from Fiverr, and a partnership with LiveView. Together with LiveView, we won the 2019 IBC Best of the Show Award for live viewing and data insights in motorsport. And that's only from the first season. In our pipeline today, we have contracts with 10 leading series around the world and POC with 2 large OEMs. We realize that we have the power to transform the entire motorsport value chain, making Ramp a must-have solution for everyone. Currently, we are looking to raise 1.5 million to enable us to scale our operations. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Tamir. Thanks a lot. And jumping to our investors for a couple of questions. Jordan, maybe you got a question for Tamir.
Yeah, thanks, Tamir. I work closely with Indianapolis Motor Speedway and IndyCar. Wondering what, if you haven't already talked to them, what some sort of engagement would look like with a leading race franchise like that? The license perspective, or is there sort of rev share or upside? Like, how do you monetize those types of relationships?
The business model is annual subscription for the different events they have during the season. In case it's a leading race car racing series, we install our software, our app, in their systems. Probably they have all the data centralized in a way for the media production or something, and we work on that data and deliver all the products to their users.
Maybe Jeremy, a question for Tamir?
Yeah, Tamir, good to see you again.
Hi, Jeremy.
Can you speak a little bit about, for those who haven't seen the actual demo, about how you do what you do with some of the visualizations around the screen that are more engaging than, kind of the lack of engagement in typical motors racing?
Yeah, so the big difference between us and every other system that tries to create engagement is that we collect data from the inside of the car, of the player. And we use that to create what we call the motorsport score box. So it's something that does not exist for motorsport today. There is no statistical parameters or language to be used when you try to tell the story of racing. And this is what we are doing. We are defining parameters, different parameters out of the data to like drivers profiling. And using that, we are visualizing different aspects of the race. For example, I can give you if a driver had a good race, we know if it was because it was very consistent, if it was a above average performance, how is he is in overtaking, how is in under pressure, and all those bits of information adds up to a very engaging story that you can deliver to the viewers.
Maybe last question with Karsten. I know you've been involved in the media space for a while, so I have some interesting question for Tamir.
Oh, you're putting pressure on me, but I was just wondering. You said you're mainly a B2B, so working with series and rights holders. Are you also planning to do any B2C? And yeah, and in that case, would you make those the users that you would acquire available to those? Would you make the data available to the rights holders?
So a B2C option is available, is an option. We are starting as a B2B company, but selling the platform to be used by customers, private customers, is an option. The car needs to be connected to our server. We can do it either by installing our own connectivity box in the car or by installing the software in the car itself, which of course will be easier. In any case, we think it will be better for sure to go to the customer. If I understand correctly, you mean customers on the on the sports car side, not on the race car side. And in that case, we prefer to work through the directly with the OEMs. Did I understand your question correctly?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Perfect, Tamir. Thank you so much. I think that's a wrap for GRIP. And so we're going to conclude this great demo session with the roundtable of 1 minute per investor, starting with Michael Perlman to provide us with the top 3 pitches companies that has been listening to today. Michael.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thanks again for having me participate here today. You know, I guess I'm first here. So some really strong models. I think, you know, in different stages, right? And some of you have a little bit more traction than others. So I really appreciate the diversity amongst all the companies that pitched here today. You know, Crick and Jeff, I really love what you've done since we got together about 6-7 months ago. Definitely one of my top 3, particularly as you kind of pivot now into the gaming and fantasy side. I think there's just unlimited potential there, and it's really been validated more recently with DraftKings and some of the other platforms that have just seen massive growth. You know, I love the last presentation too. You know, on the motor side, I think that's an industry that's ripe for disruption. There's been a lot of status quo work, I think, in motorsports. And it's one way. I mean, it's one of the fan base, whether it be Indy or whether NASCAR or any of the F1, some of the most loyal fans. So I think you're tapping into a pretty engaged marketplace. And then, you know, iFit, I really like, you know, home fitness right now in many different ways. I think there are ways to engage, and I appreciate that you're doing it through retail channels. People are hungry to figure out new ways to engage and in some cases not get into a gym. I think you know you need to put more of an emphasis behind kind of that community, you know, and ultimately the coaching component, because you know I'm probably gonna mess up my workouts, you know, 9 out of 10 times. So I want to make sure I'm getting good advice and how I'm maximizing productivity and efficiency.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Michael. Anatoly, to share your top 3.
Yeah, thanks again for the presentation. It is hard to determine the viability of business models after 3 minutes, obviously. So I would go more for the general impression of the market. For us, it is the most important if the product solves any pain that the users or the clients experience. So for me, I like the most the cases of PromoShare and FootyLite because PromoShare enhances basically controllability of the sales and the marketing efforts, and it is focused on the very fancy and fast-moving segment of micro influencers, and seems that they're doing it right. FootyLite is not sure how they monetize it actually, but I like the grand idea, and it seems very comfortable to have contact from different streams at hand. Seems useful. And also the third one is probably iBrain. I'm familiar with product that the guys are doing, and it is pretty good. Maybe the clubs will have to go through some kind of learning curve to actually how to use this stuff, but but it is useful and it works. So you just have to tweak it so that people start, buying it. That's it. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Anatoly. Jordan, to share your draft of the day.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it. It's really interesting companies, and again, hard to make a very informed. I want to couch this. There's just not enough time to really go deep, obviously, but look forward to following up. Top three. Okay. I'm familiar with some of the companies more than others from prior experience, so take that into mind as well. So Constantine with iBrain is a business that I've gotten to know pretty well. And I think $1 million coming in is great, and seems like a pretty unique solution that could be very impactful to top level athletes in the future. And so that's, I think, unique and interesting concept, and certainly relevant now. So I'll go with iBrain, and just working closely with IMS and IndyCar, and I think Ramp, really interesting solution there, and would love to learn more. So I'll put you guys in my top three, and then I guess I'll do PromoShare as well. I think it's I also work closely with, so my LPs are the Pacers and the Colts, and I think for consumer-facing businesses, influencer marketing is something that is top of mind, and there's been a lot of platforms, Julius and others around that, but I think the teams don't really have, and venues and other sorts of organizations that have brand followers and ambassadors that they could unlock, don't maybe have great solutions to doing that. So I'd be interested in learning more there. So those are my top three.
Amazing. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you for taking the time. Karsten.
Yeah, thanks. Again, all really interesting. Very difficult to say exactly the ones that will be the next big success stories. But my top three, iBrain, I think is super interesting, and I think it's because it's so unique. And of course, there's a lot of things we still don't know there, but if that is successful, I think it can be really big. So definitely on my top three. I also really like the grip, because I've also worked a bit with Formula One, and I like the fact that it's very focused on a sport that is maybe not. It's a huge fan base, but it's not it's not like football or some of the other sports where everybody tries to make solutions there. So I think it's a nice place to be. And I also like PromoShare because having been on the rights holder and event organizer side, I think there's a real pain there with selling tickets and getting better conversion rates and in acquiring data. I think one of my questions would have been a bit, how do you control the data on ticket buyers, and how do you share that with rights holders? But I think a good solution in that space would help a lot of people. But also really like the cricket, because it's also a very specific market, and so yeah. But that
amazing. Yeah, it's hard to fit. We'll ask Jeremy to wrap it up before we can announce doing the average kind of the pitch of the day. Tell me, Jeremy.
Thanks, Tim, and everybody for participating today. I thought it was very enjoyable and cool to see people from all over the world. I think I'll go with one with Crickingif and Shahid. I think it's cricket is a massive sport. We're invested in a company that has rights for cricket in the U.S. So certainly understand that market and the potential. I like the fact that you're working on a set of areas that are, generally speaking, not the ones that you hear, even though we're international investors. I think you built some good traction there and have a captive enough audience that you'll probably have a good shot at building some of the other things out. Tamir, Grip, I think number two, very, very differentiated approach. Gaming is king these days, and the ability to bring the gaming solution to an old school industry like racing is phenomenal. And three I'd have to go with, I think iBrain Tech, Constantine. Tried on the headwear, let's call it, and I really wasn't all that good, which is, I guess, not a testament to the technology, but testament to my focus levels. But I thought that was a pretty interesting one as well.
All right, that's amazing. And actually, keeping track of the ranking, guys, I think we got a very much a tie between between iBrain that's got 4 mentions, and a second will be Grip, I think. But again, I think we'll go with iBrain because he has mentions in the first place. So that's kind of rapid. But I mean, the one thing that we can say that all those companies are very interesting, and I think as you guys mentioned, very very hard to pick between one of those. So I invite you to Tomer, tell me. So yeah, I wanted to again invite you to check their profiles on Winterize, connect on LinkedIn. Everything is on there. Fernanda shared the links, and you can check them out there. Also inviting you to our next Sports Tech Demo Day in a month. This is a format that we were testing today. I think it's very successful, very enjoyable. And so we'll be formulating another round of demo day next month. And most importantly, I wanted to say thank you guys. Thank you all. Startup speakers. Joao and from Kiss My Score, Ernesto from PromoShare, Constantine from iBrain, very thank you for.
Mar, please close the microphone.
Okay, and yeah, Tamir from Grip, all of you guys, and of course our investors and judges, Michael, Jordan, Karsten, Anatoly, Jeremy. An honor to have you with us, and we'll see you for the next round. Thank you so much, guys.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.